Hi, Matt McAleer, Director of Equity Strategies, Friday the 13th, just after the close. Nice week, really a nice week in both of our primary asset classes at Cumberland, equities and fixed income. Let's talk about fixed income briefly, real quick. We had a nice rise in yields. 10-year backed up to 190, 30-year Treasury backed up to, let's call it 240. 239, right in that range. Took some pressure off this downward push. Keep in mind, we've been very tight and short on duration, so we've been hoping, that's a tough word, but we've been looking for higher rates, a little rebound off that extreme downward pressure we've seen the last 8 weeks. So that was helpful. Municipals have held value in here. They're trading about 120% of treasuries in, say, the 5 to 20 year period. That means we're picking up Munis, AA rated credits, good solid credits, at actually a 20% premium to taxable treasuries. So we've got that flipped scenario in bonds, where tax-free bonds are not only the equivalent being heavily valued, but also in outright coupon yield, higher yield. Over on equity side, it was a nice week in equities. You don't get to say that too often across the board. You know, in terms of international, good solid bid. We've talked about this the last really 3 months since international started to fade. We need some help from the international markets. We got it this week. Asia, solid. Europe, solid. Even Latin America, which has been struggling, had a nice week. Domestically, a couple of things we've had our eye on that we've talked about on the video and answered some questions and emails. We've been, I don't want to call it concerned, but we've been disappointed with the action in small caps for really the last couple of years. We got a push this week out of small caps, even micro caps. That tends to show up when breadth is strong and getting stronger. So that was nice to see. If we can keep a bid to small caps, we don't see any reason we can't get through this tough S&P 3000, 3020 area where we've made, the market's made a run at. This is its, fourth time now in the last 18, 20 months. Wouldn't be surprised, as we saw today, to do a little churn here. Come a long way. Don't forget, just back on August 27th, we got that buy signal in the S&P. Since then, we've run about 5%, and the more aggressive sectors that we rotated into within our U.S. portfolio is really closer to 6% up there. So we've picked up about 100 basis points in value on that move. So let's take a quick moment to review short-term, mid-term, long-term investing and how we attack it. Short-term is our quant strategy. We're normally going to be invested on a 100% equity or cash position for shorter terms, 3 months, 4 months, 5 months. That's a sleeve that we really are looking at as a trading sleeve. We're fully invested there. Intermediate term or an area that will make more tactical decisions would be in our U.S. ETF, our international, our tactical trend. In those strategies, we'll occasionally raise cash. We want to keep leaning on the long side. Don't want to get to a situation where we're purely defensive, but we do have some defensive capabilities in there. Then long-term. Our long-term buckets for clients tend to be balanced, where we're blending muni bonds or taxable bonds with equity. If it may be S&P 500, mid-cap 400, can be small cap. Longer term, we're trying to take advantage of drawdowns in either the fixed income or equity market to rebalance, to push money from what we may be temporarily overvalued into the undervalued pullback. So important as investors and traders to identify the bucket of money that you're looking at. Short term, intermediate, and long term. Leo Chen, White paper almost finished. We've gotten quite a few requests, both phone calls and emails. I spoke a couple of weeks ago about Leo's paper that he's working on, talking about some of those quant signals that we use to complement our macro and fundamental work within our U.S. strategy. And then, of course, our quant strategy on its own is 100% driven by that. So I hope everyone has a great weekend. We'll see you next week.